Every day in the retail market, hundreds, literally millions of items are bought for the Thomas Wood Railway line. Millions more sold on websites like eBay, Amazon, and various shopping websites. Many people strive and fight for the right to own these items, rare or not rare. Today we'll follow the journey of one true man and his adventures that follow. This is The Surprise Inside.
Hello guys, Shrinking James here, and today we have another installment of The Surprise Inside. This time we are by ourselves, but we're excited. So this one today is actually a trade I did with a friend that we've been planning since the summer. And this is a relatively small user, well, not relatively small, fairly small user, called the Coastal Run, and I recommend you subscribe to his channel. He only has one video up now, but he's had multiple channels, so that's why he's only had like one video, because it's like he has problems and stuff with like he's had problems with previous channels. So yeah, but subscribe, because he's got a lot of good content coming. And we met basically in the summer. We were another friend who was actually doing a deal with him, and I got interested because he had a lot of stuff to offer. So yeah. So we're going to unbox this package today from him. It's a very big box, as you can see. Another thing you may notice, everything's all over the place and weird. And that's because I'm currently, as you know, I built a layout in here a couple months ago, and basically up until last Sunday, I wouldn't say it was still up, but like there were pieces scattered all over the floor because I was like busy and lazy at the same time picking it up. So because now I've actually had some time, I'm waiting on something so I can finish this renovation. I can finish moving stuff around, getting things in order. And once that's done, then I can be able to start the remakes and then eventually do the collection video. So let's get this thing unboxed. Alright, we have unboxed this thing. As you can see here, we have the items in there, so I'm going to put the camera down here, have you look at basically nothing, and take the items out. There's a very huge variation of items in this thing. Oh wow. Ooh. So, taking things out. Wow, this looks pretty nice. I took the camera away because ooh! Can't wait for you guys to actually see this stuff. Alright, so we're going to start. With, Alright, I've taken everything out, and we're going to start with, give you a little sneak peek, with the smaller items, and the smallest items we have here are some Ertls. So, expanding to my Ertl collection are Trevor, the traction engine. I'm really excited to have Trevor. I think he's a pretty cool character. And I do want this because, I do like the look of the engines next to them. Like the Ertl engines next to wooden railway items. And I'll be able to show you in scale in a second when I pull out some of the, a little bit when I pull out the wooden railway items. The next one I want to show you, this is the next biggest Ertl. 16. 16 is in really good condition. Really excited about having him. Alright, we're going to get a little bit larger, and you may have seen him because I accidentally showed his face. Ertl James. James isn't in the best condition, but the goal is to try to get James in every range. Eventually in time I may get a better light condition James, but for now that's fine. Next engine, Douglas. There's Ertl Douglas. Okay, let me move these down because I have 2 more Ertls to fit. Gordon. Oh, I'm Gordon. Oh, I'm Gordon. That's a little reference to one of my friends. If you know the reference, actually, feel free to comment, and that friend should know the reference too. And the next engine, and this is kind of cool that I got him because of what's been happening recently in the TV series in Ertl. Flying Scotsman. As you know, Flying Scotsman is a fairly decently rare Ertl. And when I found that he had one, I just had to get my hands on it, and that was one of the earlier items. Most of these were part of the earlier parts of the trade. I believe the only ones that weren't, or the only one that wasn't, was 16. And now to show off my entire Ertl collection. These are all of the Ertls I now have. These two came from Matt Tolman. And now these came from my friend the Coldstone. So I'm going to put these off to the side. And next we're going to go to an item. And now we're going to go on to our next item. Our next item is this gold rail. It's Bill. It's a gold railed Bill. And this Bill looks like it had a little bit of a rough time when it came here, because when it came here, actually, first took it out, the face was popped off and the front came out, but looks like it was just a little damage from the travel. Otherwise, it looked pretty nice. I'm going to put it next to the Ertls. And now, moving on to the wooden railway. The next section of our unboxing is the wooden railway section. In the wooden railway section, we got some items old and some items new. So the oldest item we have here, if you kind of already saw, is wooden railway Scruffy. I've always wanted an old style Scruffy, and I'm now proud that I can say that I have one. And he has no dates on the bottom, and is dated 1999. But I'm not gonna try because the light's behind me. I'm also working on that too, so I'm trying not to stand in it too much, but I doubt you'll be able to see it. The next item, which is actually a fairly interesting item, is old style Stepney. Now, the funny thing about this Stepney is, one, it has its name on the bottom, and the dates on the wheels say 2003, just as I thought. And the funnel's plastic. But as you know, back then they had another Stepney, which I used to own, but I actually gave up during this trade. There used to be another Stepney model that I used to have, and that one was from 2002. So why do they have old style Stepneys? So as you know, the Around the Barrel Roll set was still around this time, and this Stepney was just a special, one of the few models that was kind of like a hybrid model. I believe the old style Renesis was one of those, that even though it was like an older model, it was still had this, they just reused the models and just kept this kind of, you know, kept it in. Now this is a newer item, and it's my first one of these kinds of items. I've never really owned one before. It's a Day Out with Thomas tanker, and it's from 2014. And the reason why it's so, like, this is my first time actually ever getting a Day Out with Thomas item. I've never owned one before. So, you know, that's kind of interesting, actually. I don't know why I've never really owned one. It's just because I guess when I went to Day Out with Thomas's, this was years ago, I just never picked up the ones they had. Because the last one I went to was 2007. And that was a long time ago. Alright, and the last one rally item we have here is this 2015 confetti car. And I guess this was supposed to celebrate the 70th anniversary. Alright, so now we've conquered about almost all of the trade except for the last section, which is the home media VHS tape section. So let's go there now. Alright, and the final section of this, I guess you can call it mega unboxing, the home media section. This is, this was a section that, this section was a real nice section, honestly, and there's all kinds of, like, releases, old, new. So let's look at one of the older releases first. Let me lie this down, actually, and show you something. This is Thomas and the Special Letter. I think it's a nice release, honestly. I have it on DVD, but my DVD copy is old, because I used to like this one. I mean, I still do like it, it's just that I watched it so much. This is the first print. I'll just check the tape. Oops, yeah. It is the sticker label, Thomas and the Special Letter tapes. Put that back. And this tape is an older tape too. It is Percy's Ghostly Trick. And I don't have this one on DVD or on VHS, so this is a nice first release. I do like this release because it has episodes like Escape, Oliver Owns Up, Woolly Bear, and this is the first VHS tape to ever have a music video. Actually, the first Thomas release to have a music video, so that's really cool. And now I'm going to show you another old tape, but it's something a little... Now, personally, I don't mind this. In future I do plan to get, like, another copy. But here is Thomas Meets the Queen, and you may notice, it does not have it doesn't have a slipcover case. Well, he told me he didn't have it, but he had the tape, as you can see here. And I was like, you know what? I'm still getting the tape. I'll probably get a slipcover case eventually for it. And this tape is a really, really interesting tape because this tape has episodes that this is the only form you can get them. Like, some episodes never made it to DVD. For example, Mind That Bike never made it to DVD. Train Stops Playing never made it to DVD. Bullseyes never made it to DVD. Four Little Engines never made it to DVD. Thomas Meets the Queen was available in Best of Thomas, and I believe it's one of the Christmas ones that had special funnel. And I know one of the tapes I have has it also on it. Spoiler alert. So I'm going to put that one over there. The next tape we have is definitely a rare tape. And this tape is rare because it's not a tape you can just buy anywhere. It's actually a tape that you had to get that was an exclusive. And it is a Thomas's Sodor Stories 2 Thomas Adventures sampler tape. And this tape, I don't know which set it is, and I'll have to consult my friend Lego Lover when he gets back from vacation. And I'll have to ask him what this tape came with. This tape has the stories Better Late Than Never and Woolly Bear on it. It's nice. I mean, the reason why I picked it up, yeah, it has 2 stories on it, but, like, it's still, like, you don't find these things easily. You gotta, like, buy the packs, and now you have to buy whatever pack it came with. Next tape is another one I did not have on DVD before this, even though it's a reprinted version. Gallant Old Engine. Other Thomas stories. I do like this release. I don't know why I never bought it on DVD when it was Henry the Elephant. I probably will someday. So here we have Henry the Elephant, You Can't Win, special, all these episodes. This is a really nice season 4 episodes. One thing though I don't really like about it, about the cover though, is the fact that Rheneas is basically the star of this release because, the episode's about him. And the only place Rheneas appears on this entire cover is right there. Meanwhile, you got a picture of Percy and Toby, and then Gordon, Henry, and Edward, even though they do have, like, this shot's from Gallant Old Engine. And then this shot over here is from Special Attraction. And that makes sense, so you know. And the last tape is the tape that I wanted, because this tape actually has a lot of sentimental value to me in my childhood. And this tape is Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, the stories. And the reason why I like this tape so much, it's one of my favorite Christmas releases, because every year at Christmas, well, not recently, but years ago when I was a kid, I would go to my library and rent this tape. The cover's not in the best condition, because you got a rip here, you've got tearing here, but it's nothing that's not fixable. And here we have these stories. This tape does have like I do love this tape a lot, because it's my favorite Christmas Thomas release, because again, childhood nostalgia. But I'm now glad to finally own a copy of it, and I'm also glad to own all this stuff now. Thanks to you, Coaster Run, you've expanded my Ertl collection to 8, you started my Gold Rail collection, and you've added some nice Thomas Wood Rail items, and you've expanded my home media collection. So, overall, this was a very nice deal, and I'm glad to have done business with you. And if you guys would like to get your hands on items like these, and even more like Take-Alongs and Trackmasters, I recommend contacting him on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. And, yeah. So, that marks the end of this Surprise Inside. This is Train King James signing off.